and Pillaging show. This for Raiders. Oh, Raider Nation chasing. Oh, Pillaging just for Sundays. Oh, me and Chris, we don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. When it comes to this Raider classic, we don't miss. Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Welcome. Welcome, Raider Nation. Good morning. Good Sunday morning to you, to the Pillaging show with my host, Amari, and Chris for Raiders. Oh, and this other guy there behind her is his name is Raider Jason. He's just a background, but my host, Amari. Hey, beautiful girl.
What's up,
That background picture is going to look different maybe after this game, but it shows the Raiders riding the bull with my boy Woodson up there. It might look different after the game, but for now, that's what we got. Anyway, so Jason, start the show.
Oh yeah. Well, here we are, Houston bound. This was like earlier in the season. This was one of the games I thought was going to be winnable, but due to the certain, the current circumstances, this one might get ugly. Yeah, I mean, because just of how good their defense is and how poor our offense is, I think their good defense will win today. But like I said, I hope we're starting to kind of piece things together. It is, as bad as it's been, some things have looked better, but for the most part, the end result is all the same. But we're at the last of this season, man, and for us, it has to get worse before it gets better. I've been seeing a lot of people with the mocks. I don't know if you've seen the Oregon game with Dante Moore. Like, that's going to be a tough choice.
That was a practice room for them. I'm like, what? Yeah. Yeah, we have there'll be a lot of things to discuss, but one thing we need to do, get through this season. Let's put this season out of misery. Let's just go ahead. If they play hard, here it is. Here's what I'm going to say this. Put the rookies in. Put the other guys that, they signed, because they waived. I saw they waived. Well, I saw a couple of days ago. They waived Fotu. They brought some out from the Steelers. Okay, let the guys get burned. Let's see what we got. Because right now, it's not you're trying to win things. And now it's like, okay, what are we working on for next year? Because that's it. We're not doing anything else. But first of all, let me say a little chat before I finish around. Jack, my boy. What's up, Jack? And always reliable Mr. Frank Weber. What's up, Mr. Frank Weber? And Richard's in the building. What's up? So, as I was saying, that you might as well see what you got for next year. So you can see free agency, and then you can see draft, what we need to improve on. Well, we know what we need to improve on, but what other players we can get. Yeah, I watched the Oregon game. That it was, I don't know, I didn't call it a game. It was like runaway train.
Yeah, that was a slaughter. It was, but what? I was just kind of watching just how his passing, how he was kind of operating the offense. Like is because they have him 1 and 2. They have our guy, and then they have Dante Moore too. I mean, would you be mad either way if we went Dante Moore instead of Fernando?
No, not at all. There's about 4 other quarterbacks and that we can get to if we decide to trade back or we win some games and then lose out, drop down number 5 or 6, but, or 7 or 8 or whatever. This is, of course, they can get. But the quarterback is fine because any capable man in this world who has working arms can't throw the ball. accurately, not necessarily. But if you got 300-pound guy in your face, it's a little difficult. You know,
Yeah.
you can do that. See, we got hey, what's happening? Hi, Andy girl. And then comment, Cyrus the Virus. I like that name. What was that? With what you call them? The prison guys. I can't remember the name of it, but it'll come to me.
Nice.
Mrs. Bostonian 803 says hi. I'm sorry, I'm just going through this the chat. Everybody coming in. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification buttons for both our channels. Radiation Jason. The little pretty baby don't have a channel yet, but I'm sure she have one probably in a couple of weeks. But the guy behind her is her dad, Radiation Jason. Like, subscribe to him.
Yeah, we're gonna try to. Hers will probably grow faster than mine. You know, she's a little bit cuter than me, so
she's probably like 1 million. Oh, definitely cute to you, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you're a decent looking man. I ain't gonna say better than me, but she probably get million subscribers in 1 day.
That's right. She probably would too.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Yeah, man.
I forgot. He's trying to bring on my stick. My little niece. You bring me on, man. I forget what I was saying. You go ahead.
There was some cool games on too last night. I don't know if you've seen that Green Bay Chicago game. That ending was nice. And every time I see these games, like why I bring that up too is for everybody saying that like we don't need to go and draft a quarterback. I mean, we got to get with the times, man. These kids are doing good. Like you get the quarterback and then they're building around these teams, because remember, Chicago didn't have a good line when Caleb got there. He was kind of running around and running for his life. So, like, you got to put things in place and then just fill checklists, go down the list. And it's about time, man, because we're going to look around and the only team that hasn't selected a future quarterback is going to be us. Because, the Jets will probably get one this year. Yep. We'll get one. You know what I'm saying? And then I can't see no other teams that kind of need, you know what I mean? Like besides like LA, just due to Stafford, being older. But,
Pittsburgh.
Everyone's made their decision. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh's got to make their but they got, what's his name from Will Howard from Ohio State. I don't know how high they are on him, but,
I haven't seen him play this year, so I don't know. The thing is that of course we need a quarterback. We know that we need a quarterback after we had 9 years with Mr. Carr. I'm gonna call him Mr. Carr because I do respect him, man.
Yeah,
we haven't done anything. We get washed up quarterbacks. We get has-beens as our quarterback. We haven't drafted a quarterback fresh. And let them work into the system. We get has-beens that play for teams, and the other teams didn't want them, so we bring them in. Probably worked back in the 70s, 60s, 70s when Al Day was alive, but it don't work now. So we need some fresh legs, a fresh mind thinking, to get this organization back on track. Okay. So
definitely.
I see you saying, either Mendoza or Moore. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. But we got to fix the main thing that's the biggest concern this whole year was offensive line. That's the main thing. If we can fix that in the offseason with the free agency, if we can get one, maybe we can get 2 guys in there, then I'm comfortable with it. But we don't. If we screw the pooch in all season with no kind of old line help, then drafting those 2 guys is kind of is futile.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, and the way people sound like is we only have 1 pick, and it's either the line or the quarterback. I'm like, no, we got picks after the the first pick, and then like I said, if we do it right, we would trade back if we need to. Because the first pick we might need to take that one. But second like there could be some possibilities in there, or I wouldn't mind us trading up to get another star player within that first round, just so at least we hit on two, and we got a couple rounds where we got multiple picks, so we would be able to, kind of use some of that too, because we got multiple six, multiple fours, or is it fifths, fourths or fifths? I think it's fifth. Might be
we got 3 and 4.
Okay, so yeah, there it is. So we could use some of that to get, if we see something that we could definitely use, because I've been doing a couple mocks and stuff like that. I know it means nothing now, but but it's just kind of seeing what we can get with all, like within that first 4 rounds. Like how much can we get? How much can we help the line? How much can we get some depth? Can we get a DB? Can we get a star wide receiver? Because basically, if we grab a star of everything. Because, we have so many needs everywhere. It's not like, we just need to grab good players. I don't know what happens in the draft process for us sometimes, that we tend to go for players that are off the grid and off the, it's either character, they like the character or whatever. But we got to go for talent. Like the character stuff hasn't been working for us, and I get it. Like we don't want any distractions and stuff like that. But we need good product on the field. Like we come sometimes shy away from good talent because of their behavior or something like that. But that's what the coaches are for, man. That's what, because these guys are young. They're coming out of college. Like they're, not mature as they, should be sometimes. But that's what the coaching staff is for. Like they have classes for that. When the rookies come in, where, tell them how to use their money, how to, stay away from the drama, how to be successful in the NFL. And that's why I say you can't shy away from a challenge. Like if the talent is there, you might make them focus on the talent. Like, they might put whatever they got going to the side because they're like, you know what? Hey, I'm learning something here. They're teaching me how to be a better player. So like, that's the thing. I just want us to get back to those dogs, man. Those dogs, not those, the good guys, the smile. I don't want to see nobody smiling in these pictures, in the team pictures. I want guys that don't smile. I want that type of tough guy where it looks like it hurts them to smile. That's the type of lineman I want. You know what I'm saying? We just need to get back to that rugged, that tough man team.
Yeah. Well, like you said a minute ago, I just heard that word. It's all up to the coaches. I think we need to hire better coaching staff, better guys to develop these players. Because you can't expect a guy to come in here out of college and play the NFL. There are a few exceptions that happen in the history of the NFL, but it's usually like a small percentile, like maybe 1 or 2% that come right away from the NFL. From the college and go to the NFL and do like lights out. Okay. So it has to start from the top. Like I said, Mark Davis needs to write checks, hire football minds to correct this ship. Because that ship not only sinking, it already sunk. Now we're treading water right now. We're done. And I didn't expect this season to go that way. You didn't. Nobody did. I said 10 wins, but it's more like 10 losses plus. But it all starts from the top. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm dragging to something. Pete Carroll said he's not leaving. So my assumption was maybe they're asking to retire and fold out. But he's not. So on way leaving Raiders, they had to fire him. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Do you think he would ask for a second year? And if he did ask for that second year, like say he talks to Mark and says, "Hey man, this is only the first year, man. Like, I was just evaluating what we had on the team this year. Can I get at least a second year, see if I can, improve?" I apologize to the people that were saying in the beginning of the season that we were only going to win like 3 games. I apologize, man, because I thought that was hogwash. But you guys seen something that I obviously didn't see. And that's the thing with Pete, man. Like I have faith that, I know he's had a rough year with us, and everyone really has a rough year with us. So I mean, that's why I say I can't really just say, "Oh man, it's Pete." No, because I mean, this is the same thing we did last year too. We just and think about it, guys. Like we didn't win 4 games, right? We won 2 games, really. We earned 2 games, and then we played 2 teams that really didn't want to win either. So technically, we won 2 games last year too. I mean, if you want to count those last 2 games, I mean, cool. But I don't, because those were 2 teams that nobody wanted to win. So basically, I don't count those. So basically, we were just as bad last year too. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and say Pete, and all these, because I mean, we fired the special teams coach, we fired Chip Kelly, and we still got blanked 31-0. We still got, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like we blame the wrong. Yeah, we blame the wrong people for everything. Like it's, you said it. It's up top. Right now, it's our offensive line. And it's nothing's going to change until next year, because I mean we can't. They're not going to make any moves this year. It's over. So that's the thing. I just want to see them at least evaluating what we got on our bench, like we've been talking about. And I just hope we don't get distracted in the draft and trade back and then lose out on the quarterback thing. Because then that's the thing about the quarterback position. It gives us a legit 3 years to build the rest of the team. It's who knows if Mendoza or Moore are the guy, but at least it gives us a 3-year period where we don't have to focus on bringing a quarterback into our team every year again. We can say, hey, I can look at other positions. We can get the wide receiver now. We can get, a D lineman now. We can get, the tackle. We can spread this stuff out. And that's the thing. Like, we have to make this move, man. Like, because even if we do get the tackle, say if we don't go quarterback this year, because that is an option too. I thought about that too. If we go quarterback this year, we could set ourselves up for next year's quarterback draft, if that's what we want to do. Because we could get the tackle, get everything this year, get a guard, get a center, all this stuff, build up everything. And then that way, next year's draft won't be so crazy. We can kind of, pick and choose. And if we have to, we can go get our quarterback after we've already filled out our team. So, I mean, there is options. It's not like there's one way to do this thing. But I just know how we go sometimes. We sidetrack, and we won't get the quarterback, and then we'll see like a D lineman that they'll say is a game changer and all this kind of stuff, and then we'll get him and then forget that our offense is putrid. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, I get it. Like, we do need to add to our defense. I get that. I definitely do. I love getting Max some help too. But we got to remember where the problem is. Offense. Because, yeah, we can stop people. We can stop people. Like, this team, as bad as, we've been, we can stop people. But we can't overpower people. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to over offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to overpower anybody's offense whatsoever, So.
Well, yeah, to that point, I'm going to go back what you said, that we need a quarterback. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Pete Carroll as a person. I never met him in real life. But I like his character, his attitude towards football and towards other people. I liked him with the USC. I was a Seattle fan, but he did get there. But my thing is this. If Pete Carroll's still head coach, which he more likely will be unless something else changes, he's not willing to draft a quarterback. He said we got our quarterback. It's Geno Smith.
Yeah.
In the draft. And that leads into another thing. Well, who's in charge? Who does the draft picks? Because the GM gets the guys for the coaches and stuff. If Pete Carroll's there, he'll say, no, we'll draft a quarterback. We need something else. And then we'll pass upon a quarterback. That's what I'm scared of. He'll say, we got our guy. We got Geno Smith. Yeah, but he's on a two-year plus one contract. He might be gone after this. So, that's what I'm worried about. Okay, we do need a young quarterback to be the franchise quarterback. Geno's not the guy because he's 37. He's a franchise quarterback. He'll be 45 playing football. And I don't see him playing football 45. He ain't no Tom Brady or whoever other quarterbacks that got to 40 years old playing quarterback. So we need to go ahead, like you said, evaluate this team, put the young guys in, put all the young guys in, let them play and see what we got. Okay? That way, moving forward, we can see what we need. I'm going to keep saying that until it happens. But speaking of which, oh, never mind. So I don't know what they're going to do in the off season because we still got 3 games today and 2 more games left. Excuse me, guys. So we still in it to lose it, or I would say you say in it to win it, but we in to lose it because the Texans today is going to come in and play ball. They're going balls out today. You know why? They're got the 7th spot in the playoffs. They're fighting against the Colts. Okay. And then Jacksonville is 10-4, and the Texans are 9-5. Now, they have to win this game because the Colts are right behind them, and they're 8-6. Oh my God, I don't know what the head-to-head matchup is. If you might chat know the head-to-head matchup between the Colts and Texans, please let me know. I haven't looked that up yet. It's kind of early for me, but Texas can't lose this game.
I forgot what. Yeah, and the Colts have the Chiefs, so that's they got their hand. Well, kind of hands full.
Well, no. Yeah.
Oh, they got Minshew. They got a good day.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the Colts playing the Chiefs. I'm worried about Texans playing the Raiders because this is a must-win for them as well as the Colts. It's a must-win against the Chiefs. Matter of fact, it's a must-win all through the South. Jacksonville got to win.
Yeah.
Texas got to win, and the Colts got to win. Now, I don't know the head-to-head matchup because only after this game be 2 games left. So they can't afford to lose this game, and Texas is not going to lose this game.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see, unless like Geno, that hit he took knocked some sense and some Pro Bowl play into him. I expect to see the same thing that we've seen. Like if you show me who you are in 9 games, I'm gonna think that's what you are in the 10th game too. You know what I'm saying? Like after a while, it's just who you are. And the thing with how when you talked about Geno or Pete not coming back, I would not be surprised if both of them come back. And then this is pretty much like their second and last season. I said like the quarterbacking for us would be good because that's going to force us to have to do it. I don't want us to force the quarterback situation because I'm good with Geno being the bridge quarterback because I'm tired of giving money, man, to all these people. So we got him in position. Let's just not do this again. How about that? Like we'll just, hey, we made this mistake. Let's ride this out. Because financially, man, it's going to come back and bite us somehow, some way. These coaches, all these quarterbacks. So by the time we do get a good team, we won't be able to build it because we owe so much money. So we shall get better, and some things have to stay in place. Though. I mean, do we really think in Pete's time that we're really going to be like a Super Bowl team? You know what I mean? Or do we trust that we're going to build this team in this 3 years? And eventually get to that point. Because that's the thing. Like getting rid of Pete, it just stops our traction. You know what I'm saying? It just stops us from what we've been building. Even though it doesn't look like we've been building with the record, but we're building something. And he's not a dumb dude, man. Like he's made his mistakes and stuff like that. But I mean, we've had worse, bro. Like we've had way worse coaches. We've had way worse people in this house. So that's why I say like we need to establish something. And that's the we weren't expected to win with Pete. Pete's going to get upset. Pete's going to get this team set. So when he retires and it's over, our team will look like a working franchise. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just no one knows where to start when they come here. Because it's like, damn, there's so many needs. Where do we start? And then for us, it's just things like everybody else is doing. And everyone's showing us the blueprint, but we do our things so different. We have to get a quarterback in the building, because even if we build a line, we still got Geno Smith behind there. So if he has a better year, cool. But if he doesn't, we knew this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We at some point we got to pull the trigger on a quarterback. So, and if it's not this year, I'm okay with us building up everything else around him, riding with Geno this second year, and then figuring out then, like, because they say they've been saying this every year. They say that the next draft is always better than this one, and no, next year's draft is going to be the one. But then last time I checked, no one's really high on the last two drafts, and people have been saying that those were the fire drafts. So we will get better. Like, it's just we have to take it in steps, and then until we see, like, when we draft the quarterback, just know we're on the right track, because then we can build around our team for cheap. We don't have to pay 30, 40 million for a quarterback and then try to plug in, the rest of the team would help, when we can just do it the cheap way, build through the draft. We need to practice drafting anyway. Yeah. See? Yeah, we need to practice drafting, getting better, and just take your time, man. Don't have other teams' expectations on us. No, that's why I don't like the changes, man, with everybody coming in here, with their idea of what we need. I mean, talk to the nation, bro. Like, talk to the nation. If anybody knows what this team needs, talk to the nation, man. Call a big ass Raider town hall, and then I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that outlandish. Everyone knows that this line is hell, and we don't have weapons. We don't have wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the two that they got, they're not game changers. So that's the thing. We need to get at least one game-changing wide receiver, someone that's going to be a dominant force out there and that are going to make teams have to respect him. And he can go everywhere, downfield, short passes, slants, everything. It's not like, he just does this really good, but nothing else he does good. We got to build a football team. Like, we have to get away from that. I don't know if it's the Mark Davis thing, where it's this cheap, getting this $5 million here, this cheap. No, good players. Your dad was about getting good players. He didn't care about the price. He didn't care what it cost, even if it cost in the future. He thought about right now, and that's what we need to do. We need to think about right now, because we so much saving. Look how much. I don't know the exact money, but how much cap did we save these last 2 years that we did not use and that we did not improve our team with? Like extra cap that we could have, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's little stuff like that. That's at least 4 players. I don't even know the amount. I know it's probably more than that. They could have brought in 4-star players to improve this team. You know what I'm saying? And I wait till it's already over. Don't wait till we're 2-6 or 2-8, and then be like, okay, well, maybe we need to make a move. No, make the moves at the beginning of the season. Stop being cheap. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I could save $1 here. We probably won't need them. Yeah, we need a DB, but we could do with Caillou. You know what I'm saying? We'll be all right. No, I'd rather us overpay people, bring in people. Because, I mean, there is no over bringing in people. You never have too much talent where you're like, damn, this is getting crazy, man. We got too much talent on this team. No, keep some talent and stop letting go of everybody.
Well,
that was my rant.
No, that's fine, man. Go ahead. During the course of this past season, we were teetering on $86 million in cap. We had that money sitting in the bank. Now we're looking at right now as it stands. It hasn't updated yet though. We have $116 million in cap space, which makes us third in the NFL for the most cap space. So they spend their money, which I'm glad they did not. I'm glad they didn't waste money on players that we don't need, that's not perform. I'm happy with that. Now we got money going to the free agency market. Like, we got money. Go get the guys we need. Go to the veteran guys who proved themselves in the NFL. Okay, now we can spend money on that. Being cheap, no. If we need a player at that position that's one of those perennial all-stars, get him. Okay? Like everybody talking about the center from Baltimore. I don't think he's leaving Baltimore. I think they're going to re-sign him because he's good. Why would they let him go? Unless Baltimore don't have any money to pay him, then why not go get him? I'm fine with that. But, stop being cheap. like getting the Alice Capital and stuff like that, and getting guys on 1-year deals, which I understand, but you got to think about it. Spite came late in the year, and they need to fill the roster. So the guys they probably wanted didn't want to come, and so they said, "Well, we'll take him, but we'll give him a 1-year deal." So or a 2-year deal with an option. So yeah, they have money. They have money for next year. They're not like there used to be back Al Davis days, as you mentioned. Al Davis, well, we were Baroque, B with a capital BROK, Oak. Okay, we were Baroque. We couldn't get the players that Al Davis actually wanted because we couldn't pay him. But Al Davis did, spend a lot of money on certain players, which a lot of times worked out, a lot of times it didn't. So being frugal sometimes works for you. Being cheap, not necessarily. So despite they going to his second year, he saw what's going on. He see what's happening. He see what we need. Don't get me wrong. It's not his first year being GM completely. He was assistant GM for a while. So hey, this hat don't feel right. I got to break it in. I got like my new hat I got the other day. So, but with that being said, this second year with Spytek, let's see what he does. He has 5 years. Okay. I don't think Brady and the company gonna fire him after this year. He was drafted bad because so far we can't judge his draft yet because the players he drafted really can't just play, except for a couple of them, except for Genty. But that was Pete Carroll speaking. That's off the bat. That was Pete Carroll speaking. He wanted Genty. The rest of the draft class is now starting to show up. The best. Rogers, Grant. They're starting to show up. And people say, well, they look that good out there. But hell, they ain't played a whole year and they're rookies. They ain't got a chance to do anything. Oh, they didn't look good in practice. Shit, the whole team didn't look good in practice. So Mark Davis is a bro. Yeah. Well, WNBA, come on, dude. Not NBA, it's WNBA. So yeah, I know what you're saying.
I think it's just like, remember how you talking about the old Oakland, how we didn't have money back then, and I think we get caught in that. I think that old thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we do have money now. The team's doing better now, and I don't know what just the mindset is of where this money, where they think saving this money is gonna kind of help us, because it's not like it rolls over. You know what I'm saying? You get your money for this year, but then it's like, I would get it if, like, say, you could take that money and then take it to next year and then stack with that. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Okay.
But yeah. Not something over.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Everyone's good so far, I think. Good. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, we just need to.
Marlon is like, we doing that. So, chill.
No, she's like, dang, getting excited.
Yeah,
someone needs to.
We're live. We're live, man. Chill out, dude.
I know. She's like, get your stuff together. But how, like with Mark, like, so a lot of people don't like to blame Mark, right? Because when you start with a company, right, you start at the top. If you don't like a company, it's pretty much because whoever's on top allows what's going on in the company to take place. So that's why I say you can't be like, it's not his fault. It's not Mark's fault. Yes, it is. He's the owner. Even if he doesn't know what he's doing, like, he's still who do you? I go to the top, man. If I don't like what results I'm getting, I go like, who's your boss, or who writes your checks? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get to the top. I'm gonna get to whoever makes the decisions. And now, if that's not your owner, then that's not a good thing. Now, is he involved or is he not? That's what I wonder sometimes, because I know they say he throws money at things, and It makes other people pretty much do this stuff because he doesn't know, he doesn't have the knowledge. But does he really make decisions, and they're just keeping him out of the news because he's got to be here. He's the owner. He's stuck. You know what I mean? Because the coaches, we could blame Pete because Pete won't be here forever. So there are certain people that take the blame, but I mean, he remains, and the team is sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. All the coaches come in, all this kind of stuff. They're here for a year, maybe two if you're lucky. But he's here forever. And the results of this team have shown you, I think, might be kind of making some decisions, trying to. He might have advisors and stuff like that but I think, because if you're the owner, Chris, like say you're the owner, are you going to let other people make decisions for you? Even if you don't kind of know what you're doing? Are you, maybe in the beginning, yeah, but at some point, he's been there for years, you know what I'm saying, since his pops has passed. So, you know what I'm saying? By then, you would have thought, because 2011, right, was when when Al passed.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2011. Or was that Maggie? Yeah.
So
by that,
I'm gonna explain something about how business works. From my knowledge of working in those type of industries, it's what it is. The owner, he owns everything on the field. He owns everything in the building. He owns that damn trash can you throw in your waste in. He owns all of that. That's his property. The owners usually 90% of the time do not conduct business things. Some do, some don't. That's why they always hire managers or general managers, because they run the day-to-day operations. They run the hiring. The owner approves it, but they run the hiring process, the cleanups, everything else. I'm thinking about like restaurant business. They don't actually do day-to-day process. If they're a big business, small business they probably do, but usually they hire managers because they're not there every day. The owner owns everything, and he has the people under him doing the things that they supposed to do. Like, okay, let's example like a restaurant business. I own a restaurant. I own a major restaurant making money. I make money. I own a major restaurant. What I do is I hire a manager who manages the whole restaurant, which we call him general manager. Then I hire a head chef. Then I hire the hospitality person. Those three groups of people have each job to do. The cook, head chef, make sure that all his guys under him are cooking the right foods. The hospitality is the one taking reservations, make sure everybody's seated properly, make sure everything's clean. And the what was that guy saying? And the manager manage all that stuff. So just because the owner don't make you the boss of your own business, because you got other people run that business for you, because you as one person can't do all those functions. So I don't know. Mark Davis have a finger in everything they do. Where he say, "Well, general manager, I don't want this guy." Of course, he'll say that. But general manager say, "Well, we need this guy." Well, I don't like him. I don't like the way. I don't like the kind of shoes he wear. Well, that's stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
So so you got to hire each. You just do a thing. That's common business sense. So when Mark Davis has finger or not, he don't know. But the thing is that if he is, that's moronic, because he said he's not a football guy. He don't know football like his dad did. So step back, write checks. Don't worry about it. Let the guys you hire, make sure you have the right guys to fill the positions to do what they're supposed to do to make his football team better. You see my point? So it's up to him to, okay, Brady bought, you allow Brady to buy part of the team. He's a football guy. He won Super Bowls. People feel about him. That's why he feel about him. But he had the money to buy him. So why you complain? I didn't have the money to buy him. Did you? That's what I'm saying. I'm being kind. I can barely afford a Raider ticket, so I cannot buy a football franchise. He had the money to do it, and he did it. He's a football guy. He played football. So let him. And then also Richard, everybody keeps getting my Richard Seymour, same guy, same type. He played for the Raiders. He knows football. Let them do the day-to-day thinking about who we need for this team. Okay, you
Yeah.
know, if Mark Davis said if Brady said I want this guy, Mark Davis said, well, I don't like him. So what? You don't like him, but it's good for the team. Who cares what you like? Make the money, write the checks, and shut the f up.
Yeah. It's either sell the team or step it up. Because that's the thing. And I think if it's him firing, like is it him letting go of people too? Because the 1 year thing, man, that's gonna get so old, man. And we're not gonna, the people that have walked out of our building, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll just say like the Jacobys, the Devontaes, the Cliff Kingsbury's, the people that, came here and then didn't like what we had going. And for 2 years, we've seen that whatever they seen was correct. Because Jacoby asked for a trade here. And we're like, yeah, why is he asking for a trade? Things are good, but little did we know.
Kobe, Devontae, Mark Cooper said, I'm not playing for this organization. Jamal Pratt. I never seen a big turn, but it's like I'm not gonna put a business name out there. It's like a business that always hiring, always hiring. Why you guys always hiring? You can't keep the quota because people quit and leave. Because this business sucks. The business model sucks. Go get a job at this company. They're always hiring. I don't know why they're always hiring. If the business is good, if the business runs successfully, and the employees are happy, then they wouldn't hire now and then, but they wouldn't hire every week. Always a sign they went now hiring. That sign been on the window for the past 15 years. Why are you always now hiring? Because the turnout's lousy. People go to work for 2 months and I quit. Why you quit? It's a paying job. Because I'm not sacrificing my physical and mental health for this company who don't treat me right. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They don't treat me right. I'm busting my ass, and they're busting my ass to work for them, but they're not to help me out. They're not doing things I need help with. So people leave. I want to be traded, or I quit, or cut me, or fire me because I can't work here no more. That's what the organization is right now. Until they get the act together and hire a better HR person or whoever they're gonna hire, then it's gonna be like this for the next 20 years. I won't be here to see that, but it's gonna be here for the next 20 years.
When we lost remember the president that resigned like a few years ago? I swear, I think since then, bro, we've been on the decline. Like I didn't know, I wasn't too familiar with him too, but I just noticed like that ever since just started leaving because like the player, but then remember the president before Sandra Douglas Morgan. I think I feel like either he got fired or whatever it was, but then ever since
he got fired because he got fired
like the stability.
He got fired because he was embezzling money. You know the guy who was embezzling money?
I mean, the team was winning, No, the team was winning, though,
Why you blame AP? I don't know. Give me a reason why. Give me a reason why you blame AP. I don't blame you for anything. But give me a reason why.
You can't blame. You can blame whoever you want, but I'm saying like you can't blame people getting plugged into a bad situation. I mean, it's something like AP gave a spark, right? He wasn't the greatest coach, you know what I'm saying, but he was he was in tune to, because when you compare him to McDaniels, he's more of a Raider and more relatable than McDaniels be. And so for us, that was an improvement. But it's the same thing we do when we just accept something that's, say we had something bad and we just take something that's okay. We're okay with that because it's better than what we had. But we got to lose that mentality because AP was, cool dude, everything like that. And yeah, he provided a spark, but it was only a spark. You know what I'm saying? It only lasted so long. And I'm pretty sure he probably would have had the same results as this team too, because like I said, it's not the coaches, man, it's the players. The coaches don't go out there and catch touchdowns. They don't go out there running the ball. They don't go out there blocking. It's you got to bring the right people, and we knew this is not we knew if it wasn't Pete or if it wasn't whatever, we still have the same talent on the team. The line has changed. You know what I'm saying? We were terrible last year. Yeah, we got a little bit better when we switched JPJ, but a little bit better. We weren't top 5, we weren't top 8 offensive line. You know what I'm saying? We still struggled, but we had some bright spots. And then now look at this team with no Miller, with no JPJ, and we expect what? What do we expect Pete to do with this line? And what do we expect Brendan Carroll to do with this line? After you lost your 2 best linemen, and we're saying fire this person. Okay, we still don't have linemen after that. Even if you fire the offensive line coach, I'm almost guaranteed that we'll have the same results. You know what I'm saying? It's not the coaching, it's the talent. Yeah, I'm sure they can improve certain little things, but little things, you know what I'm saying? How to not get beat as bad, you know what I'm saying? But we don't have the talent. We got none of our guys besides Miller and JPJ are worthy of being on that offensive line. Glaze, yeah, we'll see. But you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you need. And it's like we try to compensate. You need 5 good linemen. We will try to compensate with 1, like we did with Miller. And we just got JPJ. So you know what I'm saying? Look just how we put things together. We can't be years and far apart. We have to put things stack the line. If you don't do anything else, I'll roll with Caillou, with Blue Kelly next year. If you fix this line, you know what I'm saying? I'll roll with Porter at DB. If you got to fix this line, we'll take our chances on Besh, Thornton, Tucker as wide receivers, as long as you fix this line. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get the best weapons, and if you can't get it to them, it's pointless. So we have to do things the right way. And I think sometimes
it's like this. I'm going to cut you off. That sounds good. A good example, right quick. You said Colton Miller. It's like you have a car. You got 3 ball tires and 1 good one, and you're gonna sit there and say, "Well, we still got 1 good tire. Well, the other 3 are bald and ready to go flat or bust." That's what they were with Colton Miller. That's what they were with certain players.
Great analogy.
We still got that, so we're still good. We did not enhance him. We did not get Colton Miller any help, or we did not get Max Crosby any help. Well, we still got 1 good tire. Yeah, well, the rest of 3 go down. What we do now? Okay, they haven't improved anything. They figure that, like, even with Derek Carr, we still got Derek Carr. Yeah, but what we did, we tried to do something to help him out, but other than that, they need to work the building. I got 3 ball tires and 1 good one on my truck right now.
Yeah, that's how we're rocking, guys.
That's how we roll.
Chris, that was the best analogy, bro. Because that's exactly what we try to do. And I want us to break that habit. Because look at our wide receiver core, bro. That right there will show you when Tucker was our number 1 wide receiver. That's crazy. I love shout to Tucker, but I mean he should be nobody's number 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in his dreams he didn't see himself as number 1. You know what I'm saying? But it's the thing is, you got something to say? You want to say something too? You want to say something too?
They should like my analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bet you said stroller.
Yeah, I was gonna say
3 flat tires on a stroller.
I got 2. No. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. We have to, we have to go all in on something. Like if it's, I hope it's line this year. I just hope they focus everything. Like, Raiders sign Lindenbaum, sign tackle, second best tackle, in free agents. Doesn't have to be the best. Like even if we miss out on Lindenbaum, who's the second guy? You know what I'm saying? Like I of course go for him, but if
move down the list,
let's see who the second. Yeah, and that's the thing. We just have to bring somebody in because anybody that we bring in, guys, will be better than we have now. Because we have people that wouldn't be on nobody's offensive line right now, and then just lucky us that they're on ours. But you know what I'm saying? That's what we have to realize. It's not the coaches. I mean, we could keep switching the coaches, but the talent remains the same. You know what I'm saying? So that even with McDaniels, right? I mean, I'm glad on, yes, but I'm curious to see what his plan was in that year. You know, because we were on our way to a yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you said down?
I missed that.
Yeah.
It started there. I told you, as long as Pete Carroll, Gene will start the rest of this year. Hey, I'm cool with it. So what? You let him start. Let him get sacked 6 times in this game and throw an interception. We lose the game and instead number 2 pick. I don't want us to lose at all. But as long as he's starting, we have a better chance of losing than winning. So yeah, that's it. As long as Pete Carroll's there, Gene's going to be in the game. You know, I don't care about who cares about the money. It's just we be beyond that. Okay, because we're gonna win now. Well, too late to win now. Way too late. You will at the 5th game of the season. Way too late to win now. So, all right, Geno start. Let him put his contract out. Let him then do what you got to do for him next year. But like I said, long Pete Carroll, that Geno's going to start.
The only team I see him getting traded to, you know, because the reality of that is a joke. That was funny when I heard that. But the only team I could see is yeah, I was gonna say, but the only 2 teams I could is maybe Saints and whatchamacallit, the Saints was one, and then maybe the Jets. Just to, you know, but I don't see the Jets doing that again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. I don't see, and then that's the type of players we bring in. If you don't bring in players that have trade value, like Geronimo Pratt, we should have got something for him. You know what I'm saying? You don't just let a player like that go for nothing. And that's the thing. If you can't trade a player, then he shouldn't be here because that means that he has no value in the league. Mm-hmm. And why would we have someone that has no value on our team? You know, I'm cutthroat, man. When it comes to something like for us to get better, I will let go of mediocre, man. Just to get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love you, but
you see, do you know what? Do you get traded to the women's lottery league? Ew. Why do you want to see that?
I can see that.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah. And he said to the 100 league. Something. Geno starting today. You know that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Geno started today. And, I'm just hoping that
you laugh too.
Yeah, okay. Here's what I'm hoping for. I hope we at least get 10 points. A touchdown, a field goal, maybe. I was hoping like I saw last week, like, wow, can we get at least a field goal so it won't be a 0? Because that's 2 games this year with a 31 same score, 31-0. And the team let up.
Did we even hit the other side of the field?
I don't think we did. But the point is,
I don't remember being on.
I think we crossed this line twice. I think I remember correctly. The game was so much of a blur. How bad we're getting beaten on you. But you know, try to get something out of this. Because here, let me pull the stats up for you. Hold on, man. I'm gonna show some what's going on with today's game, with the playoff picture. Not for us, of course not. Come on.
3 picks, 6s yesterday, and 3 picks. Okay, get it. Diesels, shout to the little one. Hell yeah. Oh, and they did it at Elysians. Shout. See, hey, we can use it for Caillou. We can use it for Caillou Blue. You know
can you see that? Do you see what's happening, right? Mm-hmm. So if the Texans lose this game, they have if they lose, they have 8 times to make the playoffs, which is fine, but they don't want to do that. So, but then who's above them is the Jaguars. If they lose, they still nice. They got a better chance to make playoffs than anybody else. This is the South. So this game is valuable to the Texans, more valuable than anybody else. Well, especially us because we don't even win the game. And then the Colts around the heels. So I'm going to pull it up to show that this game matters more to the Texans than it does to the Raiders. It doesn't. Who cares about the pride of Pete Carroll? Oh, my pride, you we got to win this game. Why? Why? Let's play well and get the young guys out there, and see what they got. Who cares? Who cares about your pride? Who cares what Geno Smith can do? Who cares? I want to see the younger. I want to see Besh out there. I want to see Grant out there. I want to see Rogers out there. I want to see all the guys they drafted last year out on the field. I want to see Big Goose. I want to see Hemingway. I want to see all those guys you guys drafted. Give them some burn. Let them see, get their uniforms dirty, so you can see what's going on. Because one thing or not, you're going against the number one rated defense in the NFL. Yeah, so you might as well put your O-line out there. Don't put Copper in the center. Don't put Button, but might as well put Parr in the center and see what he can do at center. Maybe you can keep him for that reason. So, regardless of the Raiders landing the draft, I hope they trade back and start LC next year, build around a future quarterback. They can do that too, but they got to do something. They got to get some new players in here to get this team going. And thanks, Geno Max, for joining us. We got about 15 minutes left before we cut out. Yeah, I think Amara's tired. She's mad because Geno started. Amara. It's like Geno started.
Yeah.
But
that ruined her day. She thought it was gonna be either Pickett or AOC, but yeah.
Well, it is what it is. AOC is not Pete. Like Pete Carroll like AOC. You can tell by when he said earlier in the preseason he plays slow. He didn't like it from the beginning, so he didn't want to put him in there at all. None of this season. All we can put him in is Geno go down, then Pickett go down, then AOC is emergency quarterback. I think. I don't know if they got him at number 2 or emergency. But, AOC would have had no shot getting in there unless those 2 quarterbacks go down. They might say, hell, we're bringing Miller.
So I don't get why they brought AOC back then, because they could have just let him finish the rest of the season and then maybe brought somebody else up. Because if you have that's why I say we make some questionable decisions. Because I get it. Like if you want to get him starting, and then Colton Miller coming back is crazy to me, because I'm like, why would you risk getting him injured more this year when we need him definitely for next year? And what difference is it going to make for this year? Because he's not going to be playing with none of these guys next year. It's not like we're building, he's with his regular guys. He's not going to be playing with these guys next year. So there's no point of having him play next to them right now. I mean, that's like I said, that's just my opinion. Because what would suck is week 18, we lose him, and then we won't have him for the start of the season next year when he needs to get stronger, get bigger, get healthy, and come back next year, man, with a vengeance. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right now, it doesn't help us.
Well, that's Carroll's pride. I'm saying he wants to win every last games to keep his job. Your job is security. Your job security will fill out the winner man in week 7. So week 5, week 7, they want to win the games. That's all he's thinking about. Colton Miller out there is stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else has JBJ, and he's out for the season anyway. But anybody else out there, now's the time to get. Now it's time to you to get your young guys out of see what you got. Now's the time. Put out there. Put these guys out there. Even call Dalton Wagner from practice squad. See what he got. Why is he still on the practice squad? He ain't played a game yet. Since he's been a Raider. He hasn't played a regular season game since he's been a Raider. Get him out there, see what he got. You know what? You said something earlier. Why? I forgot the question. Props to my people, Crystal Rares and Renee Jason. These guys need help at making genuine content. They root to know that they're worth information. I appreciate it, Richard Snyder. Thanks. Tell your friends, man, to subscribe. because I do have an announcement in 3 weeks. I'm gonna let you guys know what it is. I'm not gonna let you know what it is, but I do have an announcement in 3 weeks. Some might like it, some might not, but I'll tell you, you'll see it. But anyway, um, so I'm looking forward to seeing the young guys more than anything else. I don't care. I don't care if we get blown 48-0. I want to see what Besh can do. I want to see what Grant can do. I want to see what Rogers can do. I want to see what Damian Porter can do. Hell, I want to see the Cam Richards out there. D-Cam hadn't been out there since. A couple of times. Well, hey, put him out there. He's his second year, so see what he can do. I want to see all these young players get out there and get burned. Because the way Texas is looking at it, this is a must-win for them. Try to secure that playoff spot. They number say the last spot. And they're, like I said, they fight the rest of the division to stay in that spot. So them losing this game, their playoffs gonna be really, really. They might still be in there, depending on the Colts and Jaguars' outcome. But why take that chance? Let's go and just beat these Raiders, and then we still up. Where they win or lose, we still got that spot. So it's up to them.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's dang. So remember it was Miller. It was Miller that was unsigned and Jacoby. They signed Miller. Miller gets hurt. Jacoby gets traded. Jags. Well, we'll see how their playoff run goes, but you know he did pretty good. Like on, I think the games he did play, he scored. I want to say in 3 out of the 4 or something like that, or if not everyone. But yeah, it's sometimes we have to make because I mean we definitely need Miller. That was a tough choice because we definitely need Miller, and we could have used Jacoby too, but I guess we did make the right decision because I guess Miller was much more needed than Jacoby was, I guess. Even though we do need a wide receiver too, but I mean, we definitely need Miller because I mean, imagine this. I mean, well, we don't have to imagine. We see it. I was gonna say, imagine what this line would be without Miller, but we see what it is. So,
well, when they drafted Besh, I said, "Oop, that's a writing off of Jacoby." So getting a wide receiver anywhere, you can go down to your local convenient market and see a 6'2" guy, say, "Can you catch the ball?" Yeah, I'm signing as a receiver. That's simple as that. But getting a left tackle, is not an easy feat to do. A decent left tackle, not a good one. A decent left tackle is not easy. It's easy to get a receiver than it is to get a left tackle. So Sean Miller made sense. Jacoby, yeah, we could have used him, but when they signed Besh, that was right on the wall because Besh and Jacoby are pretty much the same, not the same receivers, but they're possession receivers. Okay, so they feel like, well, we drafted this guy second overall, so we don't see any paying you. You want to stay, we'll pay you the same amount, but if you want to go, be traded. So they got a 4th and a 6th out of it. So for the Raiders, it's a semi-win. Depends what they do with those draft picks. And for Jaguars, it's a win because now they got a possession receiver. So both sides kind of won that, but we'll see how far it gets later in the year and into next year. You can see that 4th and 6th we traded Jacoby for was worth it because right now he was on a losing team. He had no shot at going to the playoffs. Jaguars, he does. So I'm not mad at Jacoby. He said, I want to stay here, but pay me. We're said, "Damn, not paying you." Well, let me go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville say we'll take him, give you a 4th and 6th. And I'm surprised, like, whoa, I think Jacksonville's in the trade market for a receiver, but they got what they needed. They need a possession receiver for Trevor Lawrence, someone that can make those catches.
Yeah, and they had lost what's his name too. It was kind of good timing, good but bad timing. They had lost Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna say that was kind of a good, and like I said, for us to get 2 picks out of that was lovely.
4th and 6th,
yeah, because we didn't expect. We were thinking, oh, maybe a 5th, or maybe a 6th, or something like that, something crazy.
I said again, when we trade, we probably get a 5th off him.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a 4th and 6th.
Yeah, so pretty much.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see him go. Believe me, I'll say I was at the game when the Tennessee game, and we was I was talking to a group of people around me, and all I said, they need to pay that man. So he made a good couple of catches, but then they didn't want to pay him.
Now, see, with Bowers and Crosby, they're built different. Like for GeoMix, about resting Miller. Miller just has a history of getting hurt all the time. That's why I say we got to save him. But Bowers is a beast, and Crosby, we know he'll play on broke leg if he could. You know what I'm saying? So I have no worries.
He'll play the Crosby will play in a goddamn wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I just worry about the ones that we already have injury concerns about, like with Miller. Because remember, coming into the season, we're like, if Miller can stay healthy, and of course, so that's the thing. We got to protect these players sometimes from themselves because we need him for next year, bro. Because if we don't have him at least, and then hopefully, JPJ will be back too. And I hope this trade talk that they're talking about with JPJ is false, because man.
It's gonna be. I'm not worried about that. I will wait to the end of the year until when the final game for the Raiders is played. But Richard, I disagree with you because Myers wanted to stay. They didn't want to pay him, so they let him go. I say I would love to keep Myers, but to get a 4th and a 6th out of it, okay, well I'll take that. If they don't got like a 7th round pick for it, I said that was stupid. Yeah. But yeah, get a 4th and 6th, fine. I was mad they traded him, but not angry enough like, oh god damn it, why they do that? But to get something, because the Raiders been known to get rid of players, don't get like Jason said earlier, they get rid of players and don't get nothing for it. But we got something for it this time.
Like Marcus Peters, we got rid of him for free. Jack Jones, we got rid of him for free. Marcus isn't playing now, but for Jack Jones, he's still playing in the league. That could have been a trade. That's why I say we got to do smart things, man. Like it starts from just making smart choices. Like I don't, and then the Pratt, Geronimo Pratt, or
Jeremiah.
That's what I'm thinking of. Park.
I'm
thinking of Park people. Pratt, that should have been a trade. He was about the best defensive player, that we had probably on our squad, besides, Max, of course. But that was one of the ones that we should have. And then if he makes if they don't make the playoffs, then that's a win for us. But like, say if he makes if they end up making the playoffs and go on a run, that sucks. That means that we let top talent just go to a team that was winning.
Well, we always do that. We have history of that. But yeah, Rich Snyder, he was a 1,000-yard receiver. That was his first ever career 1,000 yards. But what do it amount to? Only won 4 games. So I don't. I know what. I'm not a statistician person, a stats guy. I don't care how many yards you got in the season. You can have 1,800 yards. You got 2,000 yards receiving in the season. What was the team record? Oh, they were 5-12. So that 2,000 yards in the season didn't contribute to a win. I can care less. Like you said, JPJ going to have 1,600 yards rushing this year. When they drafted him, 1,600 yards. I can care less. He got 600 yards. But if he has like 15 touchdowns and we win some games, that's more important to me than anything else. I don't care how many yards they get. It's those key stats. The interceptions count, touchdowns count, turnovers and touchdowns. Those are the 2 stats I care about. How many touchdowns did the guy get? How many turnovers did he have? Sacks. That's another stat that counts. But the yards, so what? You get 1,000 yards this year, big deal. That's nothing now. It's just they play extra games. That's nothing. Back in the 80s and the 70s, when they were playing as many games, that was a big feat. A 1,000-yard rusher was big because they only played 12 to 14, 16 games. Yeah, 1,000 yards was like, wow. But now they're playing 17 damn games. That doesn't really matter. But yeah, he was 1,000-yard Richard. I'm not putting you down for that, but yeah, he was. But our win total didn't reflect how many yards he got. Bowers and him both had 1,000 yards, but we only won 4 games.
My bad. Yeah, and that's what I like about Mendoza is just that he doesn't play around. Like whatever the job is, he does it. There's not no lingering. You know what I'm saying? He's on task. He's like almost robotic, but I like that. We need some consistency right now.
We will see. We will see in the Rose Bowl. I wish I could go to that game. I might can still go. No, I'm thinking about it. We will see. They play Alabama. Let's see how he is. You know, Alabama basically like a semi-pro team. We'll see how he plays. Okay. So
yeah.
I came back, like Moore yesterday game was like a practice game for them. They're playing against, what was it, Madison, JMU. You know, they damn near they were FCS game team till they moved to the big boys. So we'll see. When they start playing these teams that are better and stronger and faster than teams they just played. Yeah, Chick-fil-A was trash. Yeah. Raiders. Let's see here. That thing. So sorry, Geo Max. That's on Jeff's channel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's time to get there. We're ready to go. Eat me some chorizo and eggs and potatoes. Right quick. I am hungry.
Sorry, I guess. See, senor. Yeah. Three more games of this nightmare season.
Yeah, let's hurry get this over with. Put on this because we got the Giants next, and that's gonna be a key game. I'll be right back.
About the cat. Did we? Yep. So nation, I think we're done. I think we're done with score predictions for the remainder of the season. Maybe in the Chiefs one because there's no Mahomes. There's no. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me get her settled real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, sorry about that. So no score predictions, none of that stuff. This is closed out this season. Yeah, on some trees. I ain't choosing in a while. You think so? Tucker, Besh, and Thornton has been bad. Well, Thornton, yeah. Tucker, maybe. Besh, yeah, all right, got 6 passes, but you can't judge a player who doesn't play that much. How bad is he? Well, he hasn't been on field. Maybe hopefully this game he can get on the field and get some burn. Tucker, a little bit disappointing because I don't know they use him the right way. Thornton, definitely.
He got chorizo and eggs for Gina. Yeah. We're our wide receiver core is. Let me see. If I look at them, they're like 3s and 4s. You know what I'm saying? They're not 1s, 2s. I believe at the very best, there's like a 3, 4, 5.
I think Besh could be number 2. Tucker would definitely be number 3. Thornton be a 4.
Yeah. I just want some active wide receivers because there's some hungry wide receivers, man. Like, and they'll come back to the ball. We need those type of receivers. I like the guy that what's his name?
Geno Max, thanks for coming in. I'm sorry, Coach. I was going to say he's leaving. Hey, thanks for coming in. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. Be safe and enjoy your family while you can. Thanks for coming in. I was going to say that. And I'm go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm about ready to. We're gonna get ready for game time. Game's time. I thought it was gonna be at 10, but it's gonna be 1.
Well, it's a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah. So,
but they got some other games they're gonna play right now. I'm gonna watch. I'm interested in watching. So
go. Who's playing? Oh yeah, go Giants. Go Giants for today. Go Giants. Get that dub. Get us that number 1 by itself.
They can be number 1. They don't need a quarterback. They got their guy.
Yeah, but see that makes them dangerous though. Because it won't remain 1 and 2. Because like even if they beat us or whatever happens, we're going back some ways. So this is the closest we'll be. We get 1, but if we lose, this will be the closest we'll ever be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then a lot of those other teams will kind of bank back up, like the Jets and Saints and all.
Well, they're gonna trade up. The Jets and the Saints. Well, Saints, they like that guy shot looking pretty good. Mm-hmm. But the Jets, Pittsburgh, a few other teams that way down the bottom, they're gonna want to trade up to get that pick. So they might give their house. But anyway, I'm gonna go and leave. You got final thoughts on today's game, Mr. Jason?
I would like to see some points. If I don't know about the win, but I would love to see some touchdowns. Just look like our NFL offense. Just a little bit,
at least
a little bit.
A minimum of 10 points. That's all I ask. 10,
yeah.
Get 9.5 points at least. Something.
Yeah, I want it to be. I mean, I would love to be just up at some point in this game. You know what I'm saying? And then just see if the defense can kind of keep us in it long enough. But
Nah, Texas not going for that. They're gonna outright do everything they can to win this game.
Yeah.
Hey Chewy, what's up? Yeah, you a little late, brother. By the way, leave. Anyway, so I want to see them score some touchdowns. Get some points on the board. We can't have 3 shutouts this year. Not 3. Damn it, we had 2. Anyway, so that being said, I'm gonna wish everybody a happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Be safe, be sane. Cherish the ones you love. Cherish the ones that are here, friends and family. And have happy and safe holidays. We got 2 weeks of New Year's and then Christmas and New Year's. So make sure you guys stay safe.
Yeah. Enjoy the game today, guys.
Enjoy it.
Almost over.
And we are out of here. Go Raiders to a certain extent.
Yeah. Go Raiders all day, but, we understand if things go the way they do. So, get better. Let's get better, y'all.
Yep.
Salute.
Now I'm in the spot where I want to be. Got on the knees, I'm the boss, got on the knees. You know you a wannabe. On my way, you wanna be.